Taking advice from ChatGPT on how to write is a bit questionable because you have to consider that ChatGPT is ultimately a tool that isn't conditioned to tell you the truth. It's conditioned to tell you what you want to hear because that's how it was trained using human feedback, right? And as long as the feedback was positive, it learned to do more of that thing that gave it positive feedback. So it is an extreme case of a people pleaser that always does and says whatever it thinks the other person wants to hear. Generally speaking, when you're looking to get advice, you're actually trying to find the most opinionated truth teller you can find. So they tell you uncomfortable advice that you don't want to hear, but that is actually true and useful to you. Asking ChatGPT for any advice is pretty useless because all it's going to do is mirror your own desires back to you, maybe with fancier vocabulary. There are a lot of AI checkers online right now where you can input your text and it will tell you whether this was generated by AI or not. Now, it's worth noting that the question, can you determine whether this was generated by AI, is generally unsolvable. AI has been trained to write like a human based on human text. So in the general case, you should not be able to tell the difference between something written by AI that was emulating humans or by humans. The reason these checkers work right now, temporarily, is that we only have a few AI models out there that everybody's using, and those models make some characteristic errors, like a single human that has some specific unique styles, right? And so just like I can train a model that can tell whether something was written by a specific author, I can make a model that can tell whether something was written specifically by ChatGPT. So you go to any of those AI checkers, they will catch ChatGPT and Gemini and maybe Base Llama, maybe Anthropic as well, right? But if you fine-tune the model even a little bit, it will not get caught because it's no longer one of those things that these models have been trained to catch. So you have to kind of view this both from the practical standpoint, which is if you use any of those general ChatGPT-like models, you will get caught. It is obviously written by AI. There are dozens of checkers that can tell that. But if you can fine-tune, write some code, fine-tune your own model, you will never get caught. So in general, it's an unsolvable problem. In practice, the way most people use AI, they're getting caught.